Chosen one, stop. Not slowly, not casually. Stop now. Do not scroll. Do not multitask. Do not let your mind wander. Take one breath. Hold it. Release it. Do you notice what just happened? The air feels heavier, the noise inside you softened, something in your chest shifted without asking permission. That's not imagination, that's not emotion, that is a spiritual pause. This moment is not ordinary, this message is not filler, this timing is not coincidence. God just stepped into your timeline and said, this part is not meant to be shared, this part is not meant to be rushed, this part is not meant to be watched with noise around you. That's why he said, watch this alone right now, because what he's about to speak cannot survive interruption. Chosen one, listen carefully. God does not isolate people randomly. He separates them strategically. When a message is fragile, it's whispered. When a moment is sacred, it's guarded. When a transition is delicate, it's protected. God pulled you out of the noise because the next words cannot pass through. Fear, old wounds, people's opinions, emotional residue, pressure to explain yourself. This message requires clarity, not reaction. And heaven knew if you stayed in the noise 1 second longer, you might have responded from the wrong place. Someone has been testing your spirit lately, not accidentally, not unknowingly. They've been pushing subtle buttons, reopening old conversations, mentioning things they know affect you, inviting reactions instead of understanding. And God said, enough. Not because you're weak, but because what you're becoming is fragile right now. Not fragile in strength, but fragile in formation. And formation must be protected. Hear this slowly. God did not bring you here to comfort you. He brought you here to preserve you. There are moments when one sentence spoken in emotion can undo months of obedience. One reaction can reopen doors God already closed. One explanation can give access to people who no longer have clearance. So God stopped you, not to silence you forever, but to protect your next level. That's why your thoughts have felt crowded lately, why your patience has been tested repeatedly, why old wounds have been brushed unexpectedly. The enemy doesn't attack randomly, he attacks during transition, because if he can't destroy you, he'll try to provoke you. Chosen one, let us pause for a moment and name what you have been feeling, because clarity begins with acknowledgement. You no longer feel the urge to explain yourself, to pour out words in defense of your intentions, or to justify the purity of your motives to those who cannot see them. You no longer feel compelled to enter conversations that spiral endlessly, draining your spirit and leaving you emptier than before. You no longer feel energized by environments that once seemed normal, places that once felt familiar but now feel heavy, foreign, and strangely uninviting. And yes, part of you has wondered in quiet moments, what's wrong with me? But the truth is simple and liberating. Nothing is wrong. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not losing yourself. You are outgrowing emotional chaos. You are stepping beyond the noise that once consumed you, and God is upgrading your emotional posture in ways you cannot yet fully see. Where you once reacted quickly, now you pause with intention. Where you once defended yourself against misunderstanding, now you discern with wisdom. Where you once explained your heart to those unwilling to hear, now you simply observe in silence. This is not withdrawal, though it may feel like distance. This is not avoidance, though it may look like quiet. This is wisdom installing itself deep within you. Wisdom that teaches restraint. Wisdom that teaches patience, wisdom that teaches the power of silence. Pay attention to this shift because it is sacred. Your energy feels limited, precious, guarded, and that is no accident. It is not weakness. It is not fatigue. It is divine strategy. God has marked this season as untouchable, a holy ground where not everything and not everyone is permitted to enter. You are in a spiritual quarantine, not because you are sick, not because you are broken, but because you are becoming dangerous to the enemy. You are being set apart, shielded, and refined. One wrong reaction could delay you, could entangle you in battles that are beneath your calling, but one right response, even silence, could accelerate everything, could open doors that words would only close. This is not a season to prove who you are. This is not a season to argue for your worth or to demonstrate your strength. This is a season to protect who you are becoming, to guard the tender growth of your spirit, to shield the transformation that is unfolding within you. Chosen one, understand this. Growth often feels like loss. Outgrowing chaos feels like loneliness. Guarding your energy feels like isolation. But in truth, it is preparation. You are being trained to carry peace where there was once turmoil, to embody discernment where there was once defense, to walk in wisdom where there was once reaction. You are being prepared for battles that require silence more than speech, patience more than proof, presence more than performance. You no longer feel like explaining yourself because explanation is no longer necessary. You no longer feel defending your intentions because your intentions are pure and God Himself is your defender. You no longer feel pulled into conversations that go nowhere because your spirit recognizes the futility of wasted words. You no longer feel energized by environments that once seemed normal because normal was never meant to contain the extraordinary work God is doing in you. And when you ask, "What's wrong with me?" the answer resounds, nothing. You are simply evolving, shedding the skin of old patterns, stepping into a posture that is higher, quieter, stronger. Where you once reacted, you now pause. That pause is power. Where you once defended, you now discern. That discernment is protection. Where you once explained, you now observe. That observation is wisdom. This is not withdrawal. It is wisdom installing itself. Wisdom that whispers, not every battle requires your voice. Not every misunderstanding requires your defense. Not every invitation requires your presence. Attention, chosen one, because your energy feels limited, precious, guarded. That limitation is divine. That preciousness is intentional. That guardedness is holy. God has marked this season as untouchable, and you must honor it. You are in a spiritual quarantine, not because you are sick, but because you are becoming dangerous to the enemy. You are being hidden, shielded, and refined. One wrong reaction could delay you, but one right response, even silence, could accelerate everything. This is not a season to prove who you are. You do not need to prove your worth, your calling, your strength, or your identity. This is a season to protect who you are becoming, to guard the fragile yet powerful transformation that is unfolding within you. You are being shaped into someone who carries peace in chaos, someone who embodies wisdom in confusion, someone who stands firm in silence when words would only weaken. Chosen one, let this truth settle deep within you. Nothing is wrong with you. You are not withdrawing. You are not failing. You are not losing yourself. You are being upgraded. You are being refined. You are being prepared. You are outgrowing emotional chaos, and God is installing wisdom where there was once reaction, discernment where there was once defense, observation where there was once explanation. Your energy is guarded because it is holy. Your silence is powerful because it is strategic. Your quarantine is sacred because it is preparation. This is not a season to prove who you are. This is a season to protect who you are becoming. And who you are becoming is stronger, wiser, quieter, and more dangerous to the enemy than you have ever been before. Let's speak truth. Some people are uneasy around you now, not because you did something wrong, but because you stopped being predictable. Your peace unsettles their chaos. Your silence exposes their noise. Your boundaries confront their axis. They try to bring up the old you. They reference who you used to be. They poke wounds that no longer bleed. Why? because they are hoping you'll react so they can feel familiar again. But heaven is saying, do not resurrect what I buried. You are not that version anymore. This is important. Silence is not avoidance, it is strategy. Calm is not weakness, it is authority. Stillness is not passivity, it is obedience. Every time you don't react, a pattern breaks, a trap collapses, an assignment fails. The enemy expected panic, he expected defense, he expected explanation. Instead, you stayed anchored, and that confused him. Chosen one, you are standing between who you were and who God is unveiling, and this space is dangerous because both heaven and hell are paying attention. God is shaping discernment in you, not just blessings, not just opportunities. Discernment, the ability to feel what's off without proof, the ability to walk away without closure, the ability to trust silence over noise. This is preparation for instruction, because what's coming next is direction, and direction must be received without contamination. God is about to expose motives, reveal intentions, uncover hidden resistance, shift relationships, confirm paths. But he needs your spirit clear, not defending, not overthinking, not emotionally hijacked, focused. You will not need to speak. You will not need to confront. You will not need to reveal anything. God will do it. What you endured privately, he will address publicly. What confused you silently, he will clarify openly. What hurt you deeply, he will redeem completely. But only if you stay still, chosen one. Stay calm, stay quiet, stay aligned. Not forever, just for now. Your next move is sacred. Your next season is sensitive. Your next assignment is heavy with purpose. Let God finish what he started. If this message felt like it was meant only for you, that wasn't coincidence, that was confirmation. Take a breath and stay close, because heaven is not done speaking yet. Chosen one, before you leave this moment, don't rush away from what just touched your spirit. If something in you grew quiet, if your heart felt seen without explanation, if peace settled where noise used to live, that wasn't emotion, that was God drawing near. Right now, make a simple, sacred response. Type Amen in the comments. Not for visibility, not for habit, but as a quiet whisper to heaven that you heard him and you're willing to stay still, stay aligned, and stay obedient. If this message felt personal, if it felt like it was meant to be heard alone, subscribe so you don't miss the moments when God speaks softly but changes everything. And if someone came to your heart while listening, someone who's been overwhelmed, provoked, or spiritually tired, share this with them. This may be the calm their soul has been praying for. Remember this, chosen one. Your silence is not weakness. Your peace is not delay. Your stillness is obedience. Stay close. He's not finished yet.